I see all good people. Good morning. Nice day to be here. Nice day to be alive. Nice day to share with you. Feeling comfortable, feeling relaxed, increasingly calm, increasingly aware. Mindful meditation, planting seeds in our hearts, in our souls, to foster self-improvement. All the days of our lives are filled with potential and possibility. How well we take advantage of what is offered to us is, in many ways, the success or failure of our being upon this world. Well, making the best of it is our ideal, our goal. Just doing it. Managing our consciousness. These kinds of concepts and ideas. We can be, it's a cliche that everyone knows, we can be our own best friends or we can be our own worst enemies. And this is true in a grander scheme of things, but also on a daily kind of way. We have the capability of organizing ourselves and learning from the mistakes as well as learning from the successes we have in each and every one of our days. We need but just take advantage of what we can see, of what we feel, of what we communicate in our own minds with the dialogue that's constantly going on. Finding oneself comfortably postured, focused and concentrating on one's own physicality, one's posture, one's seat, one's lying down or standing. Which one do I recommend? I think seating is the best. But sometimes I lay down. Standing, not so much. Maybe one is in a beautiful place, overlooking a valley. And in this instance, then, why not? Being filled with awe, a sense of reverence and astonishment of the beauty that surrounds us in our own world. This can be a place of meditation, too. In fact, let's go on a journey together right now, if you will, closing your eyes and visualize with me. We are standing upon a meadow, and the meadow is green, healthy, and moist, and we smell the dew in the air and the freshness of it all. And it's a meadow that's on the side of a hill. You could even call it a small mountain. And it's a big meadow, too. There are lots of flowers here, all colors, California poppies, and all kinds of things. So there's enough room for us to make and plant a garden. Let's look in the distance now, in the valley, as it unfolds before us. In the distance, we see a shoreline and a body of water. And it's a large body of water. It might very well be an ocean. And above it all is the clouds and the sky. And the clouds are fluffy, white, cumulus kind of clouds, like big cotton balls in the air. Lots of blue in between the clouds, more blue than clouds. And it's a beautiful blue. But it's a different color than the ocean we're gazing at in the distance. Beneath it, a lighter blue. And above all of this, indeed, we find our sun, shining from 93 million miles away with its warmth and its light, and being in awe, experiencing a sense of reverence before what we're contemplating and what we see before ourselves today. On either side of our valley, we see other hills rolling down towards the sea. green of forests and bushes and meadows, and an occasional field, farmhouses, animals grazing. It's really a spectacular scene. And turning around, we look behind us, and lo and behold, what do we find? What do we see? There is a garden there that has been created, and it's big enough for you and me. What would you plant today in one's garden? Let's think about this for a moment or two. Let's plant seeds of encouragement, seeds of hope, of prosperity, of goals perhaps not yet fulfilled, but with a great opportunity to become. And of course, other goals are virtuosity we're seeking. Planting seeds of kindness, of understanding, of compassion, of organizational skills, of energy, vitality, of generosity, of empathy, friendship, of friendliness, of love, of appreciation, gratitude. Just a few seeds we can sprinkle around here and there in an organized manner, of course, because we want to nourish these seeds so they will sprout. And once they sprout, we will nourish these seeds and sprouted seeds until they become little plantlings. And on and again, we return to our garden and finding our seeds growing, nurture them more. So they become more as larger plants, even that they begin to flower, they begin to fruit. And this is the way with everything. It is not just this garden in this meadow, on the side of this hill, but it is in everything, in every single human being's life. There is a garden like this in one's soul. It is full of opportunity. But one must go into the garden and making the efforts necessary to help things grow, to help ourselves grow, to nourish our own beings, to add value to our lives, to increase our virtuosity. These are worthy goals. Breathing, finding one's breath, finding the rhythm of one's breathing, long and deep, with purpose, finding the four parts of one's breath, finding one's chest rising and subsiding, pausing in between, finding one's pulse, feeling inside underneath one's skin, feeling somewhere upon one's body or in one's body the rhythm of your heart's pulsing cadence of life, and remembering what this means. The air brought in by our breathing, the blood circulating its oxygenated air, our bodies vibrating with warmth and of all other kinds of energies we're exporting to the world around us as we're importing the energies out of the air. All kinds of things are going on simultaneously. Every animal, everything is, in a sense, doing the same thing. Even the plants, certainly the animals that we're really, in many ways, not so different from. Thinking about this. It's a funny thing, when I was a little boy, was taught and told animals don't think. Right? Animals don't think. But the reality is that this is just BS. Of course they're thinking. Why would then an animal care for its young if it wasn't thinking? Why would then an animal protect or not protect its babies if there wasn't some sense of love, of nurturing, just like you and me? So, things to think about. Remembering one's own best friend or worst enemy. It is both you and I that are this way. Every time one feels you have failed in something, learn from the mistake. It may take a while for it to drum deep enough into your mind that even awaken the thought in the first place. But keep at it. Keep planting seeds. Keep encouraging oneself for improvement. Eventually, you will and can find a way. Being more organized. Break your day into parts. In the morning and in the afternoon. Or maybe you're a night person. Maybe it's afternoon and night. Or maybe it's all three. And know what you can accomplish in one's morning, or one's afternoon, or one's evening, to further reaching one's own goals. This is what we're talking about. Mindful meditation is, in and of itself, only a part of the puzzle of life. It is by no means the goal. It is but a tool to accomplish more in one's own personal quest for self-improvement. Whatever that means to you, my suggestion, and the suggestion of many others, is we choose reinforcing socially positive views with virtues that make life better, that increase the prosperity of being for all. Of course, for oneself, one's family, one's friends, but for all. Rather than being selfish or greedy, but to be generous and kind and to share. It is the nature of man as a social animal to have this capacity. And yet this too is something that needs to be built upon, nurtured, if it's not already there, or if it's not there to the degree it might be, or could be, or you want it to be. We each have our hands full. Enjoy your day. Find yourself smiling. Find yourself thankful and humble before the majesty of creation, before the majesty of one's own being. For surely everyone is a bundle of miracles, taking nothing for granted, rising, managing one's consciousness. Just do it. The music goes on for another minute. Think, linger. What are we doing, if not trying to improve? Namaste.